Now, as you get into the main event, things get real interesting. And a lot of times you don't get a lot of viewership for women's main events. But I'm here to tell you this is a high level fight between Mackenzie Dern and Amanda Ribas, and it's the first card of the year. So why wouldn't you tune in, right? Why wouldn't you tune tune in? Now let's go back first to Ribas versus Luana Pinheiro. Big finish for Ribas. Check this out.
And it's 1-1 right now going into this third round. And Ribas leads 14-11 and a big right there. Woo! Followed by a stiff left. Boy, Ribas is really pushing the pace and lands a leg kick. And now a left, and Pinheiro takes a right. She goes down, and she's exhausted. And Ribas is pounding away, and Chris Tognani stops the fight. And she can't believe it. But nonetheless, yes, big win for Amanda Ribas. Wow. And after losing the first round, she just came back and dominated round 2, took over in round 3, got taken down, got out of it, stood back on her feet and finished the fight. She's going to move to 12-4. Amanda Ribas gets the win.
Yeah, so you see there that Ribas is very capable of not only winning, but finishing her opponents. Mackenzie Dern, no stranger to finishes as well. But in this one, she got finished by Jessica Andrade.
And Andrade continues to walk down Dern, but Dern does land some big shots from time to time. There's a leg kick by Andrade. 19-5 now. Oh, big left by Andrade. Dern goes down. And she's on her butt, and Andrade says, "Gets up. Get up." Halfway through round 2, and Mackenzie Dern taking some shots right now. Yeah, she is flailing. Oh, boy. Oh, come on, Dern. Nearly a spinning back fist. And it seems to me like Dern's in trouble, but she lands a big right. Now a left and a right. Oh, Dern goes down. And Dern's standing. But for how long? Andrade coming forward. Dern's in trouble. Takes a left, another left. And Dern goes down. And that's it. Jessica Andrade beats the chest. And she's going to jump on top of the octagon.
Yeah, and it's not often you see Mackenzie Dern get finished. So then she comes back in a very tough fight against Lupe Godinez, one that she has to win, or, she's in trouble. So this is how it turned out between her and Lupe. Close fight.
Mackenzie Dern and Lupe Godinez comes down to a decision, and it's anyone's guess who's going to get it because it comes down to round 3, and round 3 was virtually even. At the end of the day, Dern dominated in total strikes 98-76, but trailed in significant strikes 76-73. Control time pretty close, but you can give the edge there to Dern, and I just don't know if it's enough. Godinez did lead in significant strikes in round 3, but Dern had a takedown and some control time, so here we go. Oh, it's unanimous. That's good for Dern. 29-28. Yeah. It's got to be Mackenzie Dern. Come on. Yes. Boy, did she need that. Did she need that. And that was a great fight by Lupe Godinez. Mackenzie Dern gets the win. She's going to move to 14-5 on unanimous decision. Women's strawweight division. UFC Abu Dhabi.
So that was a tough fight for Mackenzie Dern against Lupe Godinez. A fight that she had to win, she did, and now it gets her a high-level fight against Amanda Ribas. So that brings us up to the present time. And this is the rematch. Ribas won the first fight. Can she do it again? It's going to be close, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be close. But let's get into the prediction right now. In the women's strawweight division, your main event at UFC Vegas 101. You got Mackenzie Dern taking on Amanda Ribas, and this is going to be a high-level fight. That's why it's been moved to the main event at Vegas 101. It's Brazil on Brazil. You got Mackenzie Dern coming in at 14-5. Amanda Ribas comes in at 12-5. So very similar records. Dern 1 inch taller at 5'4". They're both 31 years old, so same age. I like it. Ribas 3 inches or 3-inch reach advantage, 66-63. Both fighters fight right-handed. Amanda Ribas lands like 4.6 significant strikes per minute to 3.4 for Dern. Ribas also lands 2 takedowns per 3 rounds. Dern just won every 3 rounds. What makes this fight more interesting, and this is assuming the UFC doesn't change the octagon size, they are renovating the Apex Center where this fight will take place in Vegas. So the octagon could change, but usually it's a little bit smaller than other octagons. So the previous prediction uh, is meaningless because they're fighting in a different size octagon, which means there are going to be more opportunities for takedowns. There's going to be more uh, close striking. There's not as many places to run and move around in a smaller octagon. Now, Mackenzie Dern struggles with takedown defense at 30%. That's a problem, right? You got to get that better if you're going to beat fighters like Amanda Ribas. Now, she's coming off the win against Lupi Godinez. Impressive win by decision. Both fighters had 2 takedowns. The striking was very close. It was a very close fight. But before that, she lost to Amanda Lemos. Very similar fighter by decision. Lost to Jessica Andrade by second round KO. So she's lost 2 of the last 3. Ribas, on the other hand, 85% takedown defense. That's ridiculous. Beat Rose Namajunas by decision. Before that, or she lost to Rose Namajunas by decision, excuse me. Got outstruck in that one, 93 to 83, but led 4-1 in significant strikes. Before that, she beat Luana Pinedo by KO and lost to Macy Barber by KO. And Macy Barber, to me, is a very similar fighter to Mackenzie Dern. So that's something to keep an eye on in this fight. Now, again, as I told you before, this fight is very, very close. You got Amanda Ribas, who's a slight favorite in this fight. And for the life of me, remember, this fight was moved from UFC Tampa in December to UFC Vegas 101 to headline in January. So both fighters are put off for a month. And for the life of me, I can't remember who I predicted to win the last fight because it's that close. But I'm going to lean towards Mackenzie Dern because I like her. I have faith in her that she can come through in this fight. It's a fight that she has to win. Both fighters lost 2 of the last 3. So their backs are against the wall and both need a win. But I think Mackenzie Dern is going to come through. Hard to say how, right? She's worse everywhere. Takedown defense, takedowns, significant strikes. She's given up 3 inches in reach. I mean, she's worse in every category. So for my prediction to come true, early on, we're taking a chance here in the main event. And you know how we feel about the main event. But for my prediction to come true, Mackenzie Dern is just going to have heart and find a way to win, have the will to win in this fight. And that's when I think happens. And, in the past, we went with fighters where it doesn't look good and they get, but we pick them just on will. And sometimes they win and sometimes they don't. But I like Mackenzie Dern, believe in her, believe that she will get the win here in a very close fight. She'll win by decision, mainly on the ground, I do believe. I know Ribas can go to the ground too, but I think Dern is going to get this fight to the ground, even if she gets taken down and flip positions and find a way to win there. So in my opinion, Mackenzie Dern wins by decision. It will be a 5-round fight here. Women's strawweight division, UFC Vegas 101. Yeah, and I was afraid of that. I was afraid I was going to take Dern. And these are always tough fights because you got Amanda Ribas that won the first fight. Likely probably going to win this fight, honestly. Taking on a fighter, Mackenzie Dern, that I really like. Right? A fighter that I really, really like. And, sometimes we're wrong because we picked a fighter we like. So we'll see how this plays out. But I do believe Mackenzie Dern can get the victory. But believing and what actually happens are sometimes 2 different things. But yeah, let's go Mackenzie Dern. We'll be rooting for you. And we want to start the year at 1-0. Luckily, we've done 4 or 5 main events and made those predictions already. That way, if we do fall on this one, we don't hamstring ourselves for future predictions and then, picking someone that we're not supposed to.